hope this live finds everyone well and everyone is staying safe and not getting too wet in this miserable weather. We did actually have our walk earlier on this morning, our daily excursion. Got a little bit wet, but my daughter is very happy to be out and about, so that's good. So I just wanted to follow up on what I hadn't quite finished yesterday because I fell asleep on Wednesday with my daughter. It's been a rough few nights, so yes, so let me get on with that. So it's all about how I deal with overwhelm and some tips, hopefully, that will help you deal with it too. So the next one to cover, excuse me, is using your time wisely. So I remember seeing this hashtag once, which initially I thought was quite harsh, but actually it makes sense to me now, which is being busy isn't a badge of honor. So you don't need to be busy to be productive, and in actual fact it probably is counterproductive, I've found anyway, with the added work of parenting and what could potentially be on lots of broken sleep, and especially if you're a first-time parent, maybe a bit of overwhelm as well, and you're doing everything for the first time and you're trying to learn on the hoof and you're questioning everything that you're doing. So don't make yourself too busy. So I've also put down here doing some tasks with the kids. So first one, not being too busy. So don't take on too much, especially with multiple children. I haven't got to this point yet because my daughter isn't even in nursery yet, so we haven't got lots and lots of invitations, but I've heard lots of parents talk about so many birthday parties to take kids to, or after all their extracurricular activities, they have no time for themselves, or they're just a taxi service. And yes, to a certain extent, you definitely want to make sure that you give your children as many opportunities as possible. But the whole point of this group, and I didn't actually even say, did I, at the beginning? I'm so busy trying to get into it, that I want to show parents, be a one-stop shop where parents can come to find out ways that they can work part-time around being a full-time parent. We have this, I have a group, parents wanting to work from home. I've put the link in the description, so please do go and join if it's something that interests you, if you are a full-time parent, if you're wanting to find a way just to make a little bit of extra income. So yes, so that's what I'm doing. So this group is all about having a balance so that you can earn a little bit of money as well. You don't have to spend, well, it's about being a full-time parent and being able to make some money. I'm talking myself in circles, I'm very sorry here. So yes, so back to invitations and back-to-back invitations, and all your weekend is gone. Stick to maybe one activity a day. I know that if I do too much with my daughter, something in the morning and in the afternoon, by the evening she's just zonked, and so bedtime is even harder. So we generally do one activity either in the morning or the afternoon, and then the other bit is just for us, because all kids need a bit of downtime as well as adults. So we're not constantly on the go. And give yourself a little bit of time. You don't have to say you'll do everything straight away. So for example, if you're given a deadline, if you are doing some work and it's 2 weeks from now, don't kill yourself trying to do it in the next 3 or 4 days. Structure it so that you can take your time and submit it just before the deadline, but you don't have to do it way in advance. Therefore, that also gives you a bit of time to do anything else that you're looking at doing. Incorporate the kids into your day. That's what I mentioned right back at the beginning. So I do laundry with Zara. She loves putting everything in the washing machine and taking it out, and then we try and shake it and we put it in the tumble dryer. It goes outside, it's nice. Folding the laundry, we haven't quite got to the stage where she's an asset, so to speak, with that, but it's fun. We mess around with the clothes and it gets done. It means that I don't then do it after she's gone to bed at night, when I am exhausted and I look at the pile and I think, oh, I really don't want to do that. And I could possibly even leave it to the next day, and it gets in the way of me actually doing work that does generate an income around Zara, which is what I want to do. So I incorporate her into that. And what else does she do with me? Oh, dishwasher. She loves unstacking the dishwasher. So what I actually now try and do is I make sure that all of her stuff is on the bottom. So that it doesn't matter if she takes something out and drops it, because it's all her plastic plates and stuff. So she helps me unstack the dishwasher. Cooking, yeah, we make bread together now. She's getting much better at stirring and not just flying flour everywhere. But that's also what we do together. Haven't got to chopping yet. She's still quite young, so she can't help with that. Peeling, we have done peeling. So there are ways that you can get your little one involved, or the ways that I do, so that I can get stuff done during the day that doesn't then run into my time where I either need to work or I would like to take half an hour for myself, as I mentioned yesterday. So there's those. Or if your children are a bit older and are can play by themselves, maybe do a little bit of something for yourself when they're actually playing. So, for example, if they're playing with Zara's got a lovely little just wooden train track, which she'll quite happily sit and play with for 20 minutes or so. Maybe read a book or do something that you used to do before you had them for a little bit, whilst they're also occupying themselves. So it doesn't feel like you have to do everything that you used to do before when you're not with them. So there's those. Oh, and yes, Pilates. I'm trying to get back into doing Pilates because yeah, everything kind of goes when you're a mum. So without oversharing, but Pilates, yes. So and Zara quite often helps with my Pilates. It takes a little bit longer when we do it together, but she loves it, and it also means that I get it done. I don't have to do it when she's either sleeping or any other time. It's something we can actually do together, and it's fun. She does actually really enjoy it, and now she'll pull out the exercise mat sometimes by herself and start trying to do the moves. And it's a great way of incorporating what you want to do with them, so that you don't have to then take time out that you could be working or doing other stuff whilst they're sleeping. So, and then the last bit of pulling it all together is getting others on board. For me, communicating honestly with your other half, whether you're a father watching or a mother watching, communicate to your other half and share what you can. Co-parent, one might be working full time, so it's very different. I know if you're commuting and you're doing long days, there's only so much that you can do, but then maybe at the weekend you just get one evening off and they do bath and then you just come in for bedtime or something like that. I don't mean to teach people to suck eggs. I'm just telling you from my experience what I've done and what has helped work. So just sharing with you. So communicate and keep your social support. I found that I didn't lose friends when I became a mum, but the time that you have to spend with them is a lot less. Also, if you don't necessarily want to go out for dinner at 8 at night because you'll be up at whatever time, or you haven't had a good night's sleep the night before, or you're exhausted, or it's the last thing that you want to think of, you just want to zone out or something. But trying to stay in touch with your social network and your social support, the strong ones, the ones that you've been with for a long time, is good. And also making other mum friends. So at groups, I remember when I first started going to groups, I was terrified of talking to other mums a bit, like, oh, they might not like me. What happens if they're doing something better than me, or oh my God, she looks really well turned out, she's done her hair and her makeup today. Whereas, when you first become a mum and it's all brand new, I was just like, I'm just happy that I've showered every day and that I can get myself together and get out of the house and not forget anything. So yes, but because all mums are in the same boat. And I actually found that when I finally got the courage up to talk to people, they were really quite welcoming and friendly, and everyone else was having the same troubles as me. So there's that as well. And then if you are fortunate enough, outsource. Don't have any of that at the moment, but boy, if someone could do my I don't know, batch cooking for me, or do my cleaning, or do my ironing, or whatever. If you can outsource it, do. So yeah, it's leaning on the village, as they say. So there's that. I think that's pretty much it that I've got to deal with overwhelm. And just to round it all off, overwhelm doesn't just take the joy out of parenting. For me, it takes the joy out of life. Full stop. it's not a way to, well, it's not a way that I've found that I can enjoy myself and feel that I'm making the most out of life. So I hope this is in some way helpful to you. If it's not, or if it doesn't seem realistic, or if you have a question with anything that I've suggested, please come back to me. I want to make sure that what I offer and say is as helpful as possible. Yeah, I'm here to try and add value and make life easier, and not talk about things that are unrealistic or impossible. And then next week, I'm actually going to be starting on ideas that you can use to work at home in small chunks of time around parenting, not things that you have to spend hours a day doing. And these things will generate you income. So that's what I'll be starting next week. As before, with anything, if you would like me to cover anything, if you need me to cover anything, shout, message, drop me, I don't know, a post or something, however you want to get in contact with me, or come over to Parents Wanting to Work From Home group and let me know in there, or join us. And yeah, hopefully I can help you work around your children so that you can still be the full-time parent that you want to be, but also earn some income. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.